Hey everybody, Weezem here. It is now Friday, February 27th, 2015. It is really cold here. I think the 10 o'clock news said we were 10. Factor in the wind chill, it's probably sub-zero. But nonetheless, a little really quick update, and then we're going to do a very much anticipated unboxing. So, obviously right here, this past week when I made my Skylander hunting expedition, stock was horrible. The traps were pretty much all live and water everywhere except GameStop. I think they had a magic trap. So nothing new really on that front. My target still had some nitro head rushes, so that was cool. Again, I got the first of the box of 12 last week, so that was a nice positive sign. That said, pre-ordered is what I did with these. That's why I've got them. Sonic, Mega Man, and King DDD. I actually got that automated call from GameStop that said DDD would be... Your DDD order will be available in the summer. We're sorry for something along those lines, you know? And so I was actually surprised when they said that. So I'm caught up on the stuff that I wanted, aside from the Super Mario series. So we will deal with that when it comes, which should be pretty soon, given Mario Party 10's March 20th release date. But I will unbox all these guys very soon. DDD is heavy. Granted, that actually matches him. Maybe they added mass to him. Toon Link I'll get unboxed eventually. And kind of an interesting story on him. This was something else I picked up this week. I was stoked to find it. This game is going away fast. It's pretty much the latest. It was last year's game, basically, for Professor Layton. It's the Azran Legacy. Yes, he has the new, Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton game, but that's actually a great game. That's what sparked me to go ahead and buy this. I'm glad I did because it's disappearing fast. More on that later. Now, I've built this up, and it's kind of a cool deal. I did not pre-order Shulk. I had the opportunity to, not only initially, but also after the fact. I've caught it several times on GameStop. They're going to re-release them. I think the date is like May 21st-ish, something in that line. But what happened? Of course, I pre-ordered all these at GameStop. Mainly, I prefer the employees there, and similarly, GameStop has been the least likely to just cancel pre-orders. Toys R Us, Targets, a couple other, I think Amazon, even, there's all been instances here as of late, whether it be Amiibo or special editions of the new 3DS, they've been canceling stuff, man, and that really sucks when you go to the trouble of pre-ordering it and then find out that it's canceled, and all those other places that you could have bought it from and not possibly been canceled, you can't anymore. So I've been rolling my dice with GameStop. It's been panning out for me so far. Toys R Us has gotten some of these a little bit ahead of time, but in all honesty, those are all picked up by scalpers that don't have any real life or function or point to deliver anything of usable content to the rest of the world. So that's where this guy comes in. Now, my local area, plagued by the scalpers, the eBay pirates, the scallywags, the low-life scum people who do nothing more than purchase things and then sell them on the internet at a higher price. Now, I say this all the time, and what you can do to stop these people from doing these things, here where I'm at, where you're at, wherever they obtain their sources of products, is to not buy it. This is $12.99, as you can see here. If you won't pay them more than $12.99, they don't make money. If they don't make money, they move on to scalping something else. So it's the people that are willing to go out and shell out $20, $25, $40, $50, $80 for these that are the real idiots in the problem. Would I pay more than $12.99 for Shulk? No, I would not. I'm somebody that unboxes and collects these things. So, be smart. $80 goes a long way towards many other things, let alone a $13 Amiibo. So, the best part of this, though, is that I obtained this from a scalper, essentially. What happened in my local area, there's several GameStops, and so, a guy came in, and he was, or we'll say a scalper came in, and he was pre-ordering, I guess the max at the time was like 10 characters per store. And so he was running around, and one of the managers was like calling around, and I guess he called another store, and they said, yeah, we just had that come in, and I guess they described the dude, and it was the same guy. And then they called the other stores, And the one that I go to got the call, and they knew the dude was coming, and there wasn't really anything they could do at the time. He's a known scalper, or he or she is a known scalper. We'll say there's actually a really bad woman in this area, and she sends her kids in to purchase as well. So it's a family affair. You know, you get into organized crime at a young age, racketeering, laundering, things of that nature. You know, it's important to get the kids involved early, you know. But this was a dude, and what he was doing, going around, and I think he blatantly told people, like, yeah, I'm going to make a killing when I resell these. You're not supposed to do that. You know, if you're a huge Xenoblade fan and you come in and you buy 3 Shulks, you know, because you're going to open one and have it on display, you're going to keep one sealed, and then you're going to have one that you take to work with you or whatever. You know, there's ways to justify more than one. I am cool with that. What I'm not cool with is people paying $12.99, buying all these up to where people that wanted them can't get them, even if it's by pre-order. And then they come in and they hawk them online for crud tons of money, and then the next exclusive they come in and do the same thing, and they're just fueled by the drive that they know they're going to make a lot of money off of stupid people on the internet. So, this guy, you know, everything's going great in Scalper Land. You know, he's singing his little tune, got my amiibo, everything along those lines. And the managers kind of rallied against him, got corporate involved, corporate okayed it. And when these came in, what went down is he was allowed to pick up 2. That's the maximum. You know, I tried to order 2 toads recently online. They wouldn't let me do it. I had to just get 1. That's the way things go online. In store, I don't know what would have happened. But the things that are going to be rare and exclusive, they're trying to make them available to a wider audience of people. Not let one person buy all of them, per se. So, there were 8, and understandably the scalper was very pissed off because his profits just dropped big time. He can sell 2, but he can't sell 10. So this, and again, I'm not even a huge I've never played Xenoblade. I was very interested in it. This was around the time, I think, of SSA. It was, of course, for the Wii. And I nearly bought it, and then it was about at that time that it just dropped off the face of the earth. And at that point in time, it still wasn't really like that big of a deal. And then when it dropped off the face of the earth, that's when people started saying, that's a shame, because this game's actually really good. And then a few people were uploading content from it, and then everyone was like, wow, that is actually a pretty sweet looking game. And that's kind of the Japanese RPG type deal, so you've got that instant fan base there. But it turns out, of course, you know, then all the stock disappeared, and then GameStop miraculously got it all and was selling used games for new price. Everything crazy like that. And so I never touched it, because I'm not going to go shell out $50 for a, 4-year-old Wii game. But it's still interesting to me, but that's just, I can't make myself do stupid things like that, So, it's kind of like I passed on the Fire Emblem characters. Could have bought Marth on day 1. I didn't do it because I've never really played Fire Emblem much, Sonic, Mega Man, DDD. In all honesty, the character I'm looking the most forward to is Pac-Man. I'm not even going to lie. That's why I bought Villager and Wii Fit Trainer. I play ACNL daily. I don't know why, but I'm still playing that game daily. Same thing with Wii Fit Trainer. I'm actually a big fan of Wii Fit. I didn't think anything of it when I went in on day 1 and bought them. I was like, oh good, these are going to disappear in, a week and be worth a lot of money. I was like, cool, I'm going to buy these. Personally, I still think it's hilarious Wii Fit Trainer is even in Smash Bros. But this is something just like Ike. I was like, that's kind of a cool looking figure, but I don't really have an attachment to the series. That's the same thing here. But as a regular, somebody that frequently is in there, obviously has pre-ordered a crud ton of the Amiibos, kind of known as a Nintendo dude and collector of things. They said, hey, you want one of these? And in all honesty, I'd be happy with the $13. But my deal is the background story that I knew ahead of time, and that this scalper got screwed over by the manager standing up against him. That was too good of a deal to pass up, and so I shelled out the $12.99 plus tax, and I am now the proud owner of Shulk. So this is a very special amiibo to me, just simply because of the background story. Again, I don't really know anything about Shulk. I think he was like 18. He's the protagonist of the series. I think it's not really a sword, it's more of like a blade. I don't know, it sounds really cool, but I mean, I don't have that connection. It's not like, oh wow, Shulk. I played Xenoblade, for a total of 451 hours, and I can quote the entire series. Nothing like that. But what I love about this amiibo is the background story and the fact that this is basically a slap in the face of Scalpers. That's in all honesty why I bought Toon Link. It was the last one at Toys R Us, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let some jerk come in here and buy that and sell it on the internet. So I didn't. But plus it looks cool. I mean, I know I've kind of been ragging on him, but I was content with this Link. Link to me looks way better than Toon Link. I'm not going to lie, that's personal preference. I was fine with just that, but I thought, you know what? If I don't snag that, some idiot will, and they'll come in and they'll sell it on eBay for a lot of money, and some idiot will buy it from that idiot. And I'm trying to combat idiocy, and it's a very difficult thing to do. But this, and I have to say, this is actually a pretty cool looking amiibo. It's going to be neat, obviously, now that I've got it, and I like the story to it. I'm compelled to kind of go in and master Shulk, at least in Smash Bros. And in all honesty, it probably makes me more likely to pick up Xenoblade Chronicles when it comes out, so, or I guess X when it comes out. So that said, that is the background story, and hopefully GameStops across the country did similar things. When I was running, I don't know, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago, I was talking to someone at Toys R Us. I was basically asking if they'd ever even gotten Lucario. My nephew wanted him. That's someone else. I know Lucario, I think he looks cool, but that's someone that my nephew thought would be neat to have. Obviously he plays him a lot in Smash Bros. My deal there, again, to me personally, wasn't a huge deal. I tried to pre-order it. I couldn't ever figure out how. I asked an employee, which she's the worst employee to ask because she doesn't really care. She said you couldn't do it, and the next thing you know, apparently it's there and gone. But I think my local store got 26, and they claim that one guy got 22 of them. He pre-ordered them all. And I don't know how that went down. They did nothing to stop it. They put up their little signs, like limit 2 per customer. And then, of course, they send in their kids, they send in relatives. It's just like if I met some of my subscribers. We were all hanging outside the store, and I went in and I was going to buy 2 Nitro Head Rushes. And they had 17, and I was like, cool, I'll take them all. And they're like, oh, sorry, you can only have 2. I could fight with them, and they wouldn't sell it to me or whatever. I could weasel another 1 or 2 out, but then I could come out the store, and I could give you $20, or 25, and say, hey, go grab 2 Nitro Head Rushes. And then the other girl, the fan, I would say, here's $25, go buy Nitro Head Rush. And that's what these people do, at least locally. I'm sure it's what they do in other parts. If they get denied and capped at 2, they'll send in friends, relatives, parents, children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, whatever it takes. They're going to do everything they can to clean out the stock. And they generally do this. I'm at work, you're at school, you're in class, you're doing a paper, whatever it may be. You don't have your own transportation to get to the store. And these are people that literally, they don't have a job. They don't perform a function for society. And they basically stock shipments at retailers. And they come in and they clear out the inventory and they hawk it on eBay. And that, again, that is why, in a nutshell, I kind of hyped this one up as a great story, because I've been doing the Skylander unboxings for 4 years now. Almost 4 years, I guess, hard to believe. But over that time, that's the #1 thing. It's just people come in and it's like, I was going to get this, but these people raided the shelves. I can't ever get there in time. The scalpers take it. And so that's why I always say, don't buy them online. If I couldn't get the Link Amiibo here, which I think is pretty cool, or the Bowser, which is still my favorite one that I've got, I'm not going to pay more than $12.99. If it's on eBay for $15, I'm not biting. That's too much. Somebody went to the trouble of taking it just for the sole purpose of selling it, and I'm not going to give them that satisfaction. And that's actually fairly reasonable if you wanted to factor in gas and shipping, depending on what they were doing. But it's the principle of the matter. If you're not selling it for just, like, hey, I bought these because I know some of you don't have a Toys R Us, so I'll sell them for $16. It covers my time and gas and whatever. You could justify some of that, but when people come in and are buying this for $40, $50, I've never understood it. I never will. It's like I said, if I couldn't get Bowser, I would just live without Bowser, and I would wake up tomorrow and it would be the same fantastic day, albeit super cold and snowy. So that said, this is Shulk. The good news on him, he is coming back. So don't buy him online at all. That's go to your local store, see if you can pre-order him. If you can't, tell them to put you down on a list. Check in daily on the website. That's free. It costs you nothing to do. You never know. They cycle in and out of stock quite a bit. And just see if you can ascertain it for $12.99. And if you can't, move on with your life and keep your $13. But we will go ahead now and again take a look at this guy up close and in person. Again, I hate that they put the stickers on these, but it is what it is. There's his artwork there. I don't know if my nephew or I have ever played as him. We probably have in a live stream. I don't remember it though. But there's the artwork there. Again, that's the NFC pad. So we will open this. I am going to open it. Why? So if this is ever stolen from my pool table of justice, the person can't command the same money. Again, so I don't really understand why people pay the money that they pay for things. You know, there's a retail price, an MSRP, for a reason. And I feel like part of that reason is so you don't do stupid things, you know. But right here you've got the two tabs. I just like to break those down. Since it's an Amiibo, the cool thing Nintendo did, the puck size is all the same, so it just slides right out. And we will now take a good look at Shulk. I have to say, this looks way better out of the packaging as well. And that's one of the things. If you're like me, and maybe you haven't played, which I'd say the vast majority of people have not played Xenoblade, and you're just kind of, maybe you're into Brawl, or you're thinking, yeah, the new game looks cool, maybe I'll pick it up. It's a great time to do it. You know, if you got the Amiibo, that can kind of be your gateway, I guess, your entry point into the franchise. But very nice detail on the armor. What is that called? I think it's like the Dondo or something. I don't know. Again, you probably, fans of the series, probably know what it is. But he looks really good. There's great detail on the face. That helps a little bit. That's probably about as good as we're going to get in terms of the detail. But he's actually just a really cool looking Amiibo. Kind of just like chic, you know. We can set him down here and he is going to be right at home on the pool table. Of course, I can now level him up to 50. Although I'm not sure I want to do that because he may have functionality in the upcoming game. And if that's the case, I'd have to reset it. I kind of think that is the case. Because in all honesty, anytime they rehash an Amiibo, if you look like Captain Falcon, Fox, Wii Fit Trainer, characters that have just dropped off the face of the earth like Little Mac, they don't really have any planned functionality. But for ones like Toad, or when you see like the Super Mario series, good sign there's going to be games. Since GameStop is getting another haul of these, kind of makes me think you'll probably have functionality there. So that said, if you are a collector of Amiibos, you're a big fan of Nintendo stuff, this is a nice one to have just because it's a really well done Amiibo in my opinion. Don't have a lot of expertise obviously in the Xenoblade universe to really kind of describe this better to you, but I can tell you, not knowing much about the series, this is actually just a well done and nicely executed Amiibo. So we will set him down. Number one thing I can stress here, again, is just that's got a great background story on it. The guy came in, he maxed out his pre-order, not 10 total, but 10 at each store. For those of you in large metropolitan areas, that's a lot of GameStops. Somebody could easily rack up, 150, 200, even the smaller towns, normal size, I guess, 100,000-ish. You probably got, 3-4 GameStops in that area. So, if you're in a more rural area, you probably got one in the nearby towns, and then you can probably kind of have your little hub cities that you could get out to. And so it adds up pretty fast. And what the managers did was pretty cool. Not just selling them to the people that they knew would want it, but actually just stopping that guy. So that's a pretty cool deal there. And again, it helps get their exclusive into the hands of the people that will actually want it, play it, use it, and ultimately not have an extra 9 to hawk. In all honesty, scalpers usually don't play Skylanders or Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart. They buy whatever stock they can get and they sell them all, which is pretty sad. So that said, I know many of you will enjoy that background story there. And basically, Shulk for justice. I guess is the hashtag theme of this video. So as always, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed. You can follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully your local stores kind of take similar actions, and perhaps some of you can kind of get an amiibo with a background story you will be drawn to. So once again, thanks for checking it out, and I will catch you back here next time.